Hey everybody, it's me, Gregory Mannarino. It is still Wednesday, March 6th, 2019. A lot of stuff to talk about here. Where to begin? Let's start off with this. Stocks finished in the negative across the board. No big surprise. That's the way it is. But I want to talk about this real quick. The Dow Transports. You know, people hear about this all the time. They have no idea what it is. Oh, Dow Transports. Whatever. You don't care. But this happens to be the oldest index, period. It also is a major leading economic indicator. The Dow Transports encompass the entire transportation sector. Basically, how goods get from one place to another. All right? If things aren't moving, that's a pretty big negative economic sign. Wouldn't you agree, just from this very slight explanation here? Well, the U.S. transportation sector, or the Dow Transports, are screaming, there's a problem here. We just had the longest losing streak with regard to the Dow Transports since the financial crisis. But don't worry, our economy is booming. Well, how many of you happen to catch one of the things from the Federal Reserve? Fed Williams, he's another guy I just cannot stand to hear, look at, think about, or anything else. He absolutely contradicted the president, saying that growth moving forward is going to slow substantially. Well, that's not what we're being told. Am I right or am I wrong here? Look, it's no secret, and it really shouldn't be to you at all. If you're new here, maybe it is. I don't know. But it's time to wake the freak up. We got issues here, and they're monumental. Let's talk about, again, this market, how it played out today. We started out to the good, like I covered early, quickly reversed. And at one point today, you're never going to guess what happened. I actually took a snapshot of it, and I put it all over the place. Our president said China talks are going really well. Yeah, but guess what? The market didn't move. Remember what they had to do? They had to switch up their strategy and put a target on it. They said, okay, hold on a minute. It was Larry Kudlow, the other very nice person out there. Ex-crack addict. Maybe he's still a crack addict. I don't know. Probably is. I think he is. I fried a few brain cells, no doubt about it. But you remember he said, oh, the 2-week target, they moved that out. The 2-week target was a nice little switch up in strategy. The stock market reacted in a positive way. But when they pushed it out to the end of the month, the market's saying, hold on a minute. You know, what's really going on here? The market's not buying it anymore, it doesn't seem. At least at this point. I mean, unless this is the best deal that has ever been made in the history of the world, and our president actually did say that at one point, this market's probably going to drop on the news now. I've been rethinking this because this is getting out of hand. The reason why this market, I mean, has been ripping higher since December, we know how it was set up. Very, very simple. President Trump sends Mnuchin out to the 6 Wall Street banks that run the Fed, stop buying, issues his buy order, everyone's buying, okay, great. But I think the market was like, okay, let's get a deal done in order to go up. But no, that's not what's going on here. I think it might turn into a big-time sell the news. I don't know. I'm just playing the market the way I see it right now, and that's what you should be doing too. But, again, the charade goes on, people. The charade goes on. It's going to continue to go on. And what's the real takeaway from all this? I mean, look, the propaganda, the lies, the misleading of the people, the fact that we are losing this trade war. I don't know another way to put it. I mean, there are people, again, who think we are winning the trade war. First of all, there are only degrees of losing in a trade war. That's the truth. The American people are subsidizing this trade war right now. That's a fact. And the trade deficit is exploding. It's being covered everywhere, not just here on the Greg Mannarino show. And something needs to be done here. You can't continue to do the same thing and expect a different outcome. It's not literally the definition of insanity, but if you're expecting this to change, it is insane. And our president needs to switch it up. I think he's lost, unfortunately. Look, here's the deal with our president here. Candidate Trump did not win the election. This guy here, I have no idea who he is. I sincerely believe our president is getting very, very bad advice from the people that are around him. I have offered my services to him. I can't imagine a dog on the street could do any worse than, let's say, someone like Larry Kudlow, the absolute, and he's like the town liar. That man, he is. Why the president would choose that man, that's a whole other thing, but we won't even go there. But the president needs to surround himself with new people. It's the truth. Either that, or he's honestly gone so far off the deep end, believing his own lies. He doesn't, it's impossible for him to believe what he's saying. Unless, seriously, he needs a new medication. I don't know what he might be on. Maybe he needs a new medication. I don't know. I'm not making fun of him here, but, some people do have issues where they have to have some kind of a mood stabilizers or something. I have no idea. But something's going on here. Something needs to change, and it needs to change big time. That's the truth. Look, this whole thing, it doesn't matter. It's all grand fleecing of the middle class. The middle class is nearly gone at this point. The only way the middle class is able to sustain itself is by borrowing and borrowing and then borrowing more. That's it. Without all this mechanism, most people that are dwelling now in the middle class would immediately fall into the lower tier of society. That's the truth. The plan is working out absolutely perfectly. And unfortunately, I don't know what we can do about it. I really believe that candidate Trump would win the election. Candidate Trump had it right across the board. I mean, I used to listen to him, and I used to go, oh, that's it. He's the man. We couldn't vote for the curse. The curse was Hillary. You all know that. So we really had no choice. And that's how it's set up. They don't really give you a choice. You understand? It's all a grand plan. You got pulled in one direction by Obama. Lord have mercy on that guy. Now we're getting pulled way over from President Trump, who's not candidate Trump, believe me. Something happened to the man. Maybe they put him in some kind of a chamber and they brainwashed him. You ever see that Star Trek episode where they put the guy in the chair and there's the light spinning around his head and he has contorted face? Maybe that's what they did to him. I'm not sure. Something happened. Something went very awry here. But what we do know here right now is world central banks have never, ever been stronger than they are now because of debts and deficits. That's their product. The more debt they can issue, the stronger they become. They have become unstoppable monsters at this particular time. You all know that. Look, they've been running the show for a very long time. And they're going to put whatever puppet they want to in that White House and every other leader around the world too, because the banks run the show. If you have a delusion that it runs in any other way, maybe you need to up your medication. It's the truth. But these are the facts. So anyway, this is the way it is, people. Would you agree? Anyway, with that said, I'm going to let you all go. We're going to have more fun tomorrow. It's the truth. See you tomorrow.